Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Just about 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm just getting the shop wound up and getting ready to start for today. Hope everybody had a happy Easter weekend. We had a big ball around here. The kids and grandkids were all here Saturday. We did our celebration because they were all at their in-laws and at church and everything else Sunday. I didn't video any yesterday because I was just flat out plain too busy. It's a very, very, very busy week. We've got the trip up to Wheeler Dam. We'll be there on Saturday, me and Mama. Friday I'm going to spend a day with my favorite knife maker. I've got some things to discuss with him. Plus, great guy. I like his company, so I'm going to go see him for a little while. What we got here, finished up. Well, almost finished. Final sharpening is all they got in leather. So I've got my leather laid out here. Dennis, your two Ulus. It's taking me way too long to get them done for you, but they'll be done here in a couple hours. Final sharpening and the leather sheaths for them. This is a trade. Guy sent me the exotic wood. I'm sorry, I forget your name. Y'all know how I am with names. I've got your two J-Null skinners over here too. And I'm going to go ahead and get the leather done for those. These two are a different deal. Phil, I'll show that one in a little while. This one is actually going to be mine to carry. This is a kitchen knife that I'll explain later when I get the block done. It's going to have a single block for it. And here's my leather laid out. These two here, these are the two sheaths for those two. Final sharpening and the sheath, and they'll be ready. Now these two here, the deal went the wrong direction on these two, but that's okay. All that means is these two are available today. Tuesday. Yeah, that's right. I said it was Tuesday, didn't I? Yeah. These are ready. And will be ready. I would like to sell them as a pair because these antlers, this was one rack. It's a matching set. For the pair, $180. $90 a piece. I think that's a good fair price. These are not quite a mini skinner, a little bit bigger than a mini skinner, but they're 1095 high carbon, good stuff. So I would like to sell them as a pair, but I will sell them separate, and I would like for one to be out of here quickly. Let's see, what else was I going to say for right now? I guess that's all. Yeah, I just want to show you these. Alright, let me get back to it. I got to start cutting this leather, and we'll see some finished up stuff in a little while. Mama's going to help me sew it later today, and I'll be back with you shortly. Well, Wednesday morning. What have we here? Squash. How about that? Got to weed a little bit too. Squash and no greens. Usually the greens are up before anything. Now those seeds were fairly old, several years old. You know what to think about that. Everything else looks pretty good. Still got to mulch and do all that. I got so busy yesterday, didn't even turn the camera back on. Let's see, and cucumber, and they're starting up too. Onions are starting to show a little green. Tomatoes and peppers are looking good. Pretty dry. We got a round of weather coming in. Last I saw was tonight and tomorrow. It's really dry. Dampen it just a little bit. Yesterday, we'll look at some knives in a little while. Had the shell back on the truck. And I says I can do that by myself. I did it before. It's a bigger job than I remember it being before. But it's there. Gotta adjust on it just a little bit. There we go. That's done. The truck is ready for the little road trip, which we'll leave out Thursday morning. Early. Well, early for most people. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay, we're gonna see some knives here in just a minute. All the sheaths are finished. Get the final sharpening done and we'll look at those. Alright y'all, let's look at some finished knives. I'm about beat down for this week. I've got 12 knives I'm going to show you. And one is a surprise. 2 are available. Let's look at the availables first. I showed these in the very beginning of the video. These 2 here. These 2 that the deal went opposite direction, but that's okay. That gives y'all an opportunity to pick these up. There you go, all finished up, final sharpened. Now, I said before I will take $180 for the pair. If you buy the pair, I will pay shipping. Single, $90 a piece and $10 shipping. There you go, right there. Very good skinning knives, and these are 1095 high carbon knife steel, and they are a matching pair of antlers, matching rack. Those are available right now. Now this next one, you might guess who this one is for. Look real close at that stamp. I don't have a carry knife of mine because I've either sold or gave away what I had. That is a mini skinner with a walnut handle. I thought I would carry this one, but there's always a but. If there is a hardcore army guy out there that wants it, email me. We'll talk. Because I do have one I can pull out of my private collection and carry this weekend especially. Now let's see, these 3. Remember the box of exotic hardwoods I got? It sent me an antler, a big antler to make a camp knife. There's your camp knife. Right there. A little bit big. Well, not for me, but I think you'll enjoy that. So there's that one. And for your kids, you wanted a couple for them. So I made J-nail skinners. Now the antler you sent me, I know it's your dad's antler. I love doing stuff like that, sentimental kind of stuff. The tips on the antler are not quite big enough to do a J-nail skinner. The antler tips are going to be more like a keychain or something. And by the way, I've got them sitting right over here. I'm going to send those back to you, since those are your dad's. But I used the crown. There's you a J-nail skinner in crown stag. Neck sheath. And here's the other one. I think now one's for your daughter, one's for your son, I think you said. The smaller one will be for the girl, because girls tend to like smaller things like that. And there's this one. Whoops. Ready to go, nice and sharp. With a neck scabbard also. Those will be coming out to you. Now I'm going to try to ship all of these. I'm going to try to get them out tomorrow. It may be Monday after I get back from the trip. We'll just have to wait and see. We got some weather moving in. And now that won't be a big factor, but I've got so much to do, and I'm tired. I may have to take a day off tomorrow. I just might have to. Now this next one, this is a kitchen knife. Now you wanted something a little bit bigger than the fillet knife, a little bit wider, and for everyday use in the kitchen. And this is a smaller version of the chef knife that I make. Ain't that pretty? Now this steel is, remember that crosscut saw, the crosscut metal that I got? I made that out of that. It is a mustard etch, forged finish and mustard etch. The handle is a burl material that I got in that box of exotics. I don't know how the camera's going to pick it up, but very, very nice. And this, I'm telling you, that crosscut steel that's also what mine is made out of. This is some fine, fine stuff right here. Sharp, let me tell you. Very hard steel, will hold an edge for a long time. Now this one I still have to make the single block for it. That's going to have to be next week. I'm sorry I'm taking so long, but it's going to have to be sometime next week before I can get that done. I've got even more work to do next week. I've got a lot. Alright, then there's your Ulus. I've already showed your other knife, your file knife that you sent me. That's all ready to go, and if I remember correctly, you saw it on there. You said you like that, so that's good. Now, these Ulus are basically the same. This little scabbard here is just to protect that blade when you put it in the drawer, something like that. Walnut handles. There you go, very sharp. So there's those two. Let's see, these two are going to Alabama with me this weekend. I'll not say who they're going to or all that, but these have little light slip covers. There's a fillet knife, and this is out of the newer bandsaw material that I got. Oh man, let me tell you what, you talk about sharp. That is sharp. Now the reason I didn't make a hard leather scabbard, because fillet knives and the other knife, basically you don't carry those, you just put them in your boat or your box or whatever. You may or may not see these again after this weekend. We'll see. And here is a bait knife. Now this one has a 3D printed handle with my logo on it. It may have a different logo as we go along. We'll just have to wait and see. There is the standard bait knife. And that's just like that one. You may or may not see it again. Now this one is a surprise. Traded for this. And the young man has no idea that this is for him, but surprise, Aaron. Now your dad had this made for you. Whoop. Telling you, I can't hold on to nothing. This is a Wallace II with a walnut handle. Very, very, very sharp. Now if y'all remember when I got my new knife vise, Aaron's dad actually bought that vise for me, had it sent to me in trade for a knife for his son. Pardon me. Now Aaron, I've heard a little bit about you, and from what I gather, you are a very, very, very hard-working young man, which I admire. I really admire that. Now you remind me a lot of my boys, the way they work. I mean, that's all they do is work, and it sounds to me like all you do is work. So, hope you enjoy this. Remember, during all that work, remember to take some time off. And I'm going to take my own advice probably tomorrow. So, there you go. Aaron, that's yours. And Phil, thank you very much for the trade. And hopefully sometime this summer or this fall or sometime, maybe I'll get to meet Phil. But I will see. Let's see. Is that all? Yeah, that's all the knives for right now. I've got some very cool stuff coming up next week as well. Telling y'all, it's so humid out here. It's just springtime weather. We got storms coming in tomorrow. This weekend, Saturday, from 10 till 4 at the Wheeler Dam in Rogersville, Alabama. I think it's Rogersville, Alabama. Me and Mama will be there. We will be with the regular dude, otherwise known as J0. I think Richard Jean, the fishing machine, is going to be there. A couple other people are going to be there. And we would love to see y'all. We'd love to meet y'all. So if you're up in that area, you get a chance to come see us. We'll shake hands. I've already been asked, am I going to bring any knives with me? No, I'm not. Sorry, I have not had time to build up anything to bring with me. But I will be taking orders. And I do have a handful of business cards left. And but that's not the whole point of going. The point of going is just to visit with this dude and meet some other people. And I just want to see that area up there. I've never been there. So Friday we will be in Crossville, Alabama at John Savage's, Mr. John Savage Knife Shop. I'm going to spend some time with him. We got some things I want to ask his advice on. If y'all never seen John Savage knives, he is a world-class knife maker. He gave me a lot of tips and tricks in the past, and we never stop learning. It doesn't matter how good you think you are, you can always get better. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go pick his brain a little bit, spend some time with him. And what else? That's going to do it for now. Cousin Jay, we're coming. I'm trying to get up funds. We're coming. I don't know when, but we'll be there. That 10-pound bass is, I know he's just circling out there, waiting for me to get there, for me to try him again. So. Alright, time to go in the house and get cleaned up and get fed and all that, and I will see y'all on the next video. Will probably be Sunday or Monday. I've still got some stuff to do tomorrow before the trip. I got to load the truck and all that. And I thank y'all for watching. I thank you very much for your support, and I will see y'all in a couple days. Remember, he's going to be there.